The actions and stunts performed in this video were done so by professionals.
Awesome. Is that cool? How do you feel?
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow. That's exhausting.
Do not enter a cave without a cave tour guide.
It's huge. I don't think photographs do justice to the size of it. It's exhausting getting back in there. I mean, we're in pretty good shape. We mountain bike quite a bit. But you never step once on level ground in there. It's always off kilter for however long we've been in there for.
Yeah, so we're here today, trekking along to a nice cave with Jacob, myself, and we have Bill and Christin with us. This is the day where we're gonna see how regular folks enjoy going through a difficult cave. Most of the cave is really cool, but some of it's difficult, and we are dressed our best. Wow. There's no trail to that? Wow.
Yeah, we'll go down there and let our gear off.
Do you want to take a picture of me on the other side for scale?
The rest of the crew had already zipped quickly into the cave. This was Christin leaving the light of day and entering into the darkness of the cave below for the first time.
Is that on you or does it need down?
Seem like it's on me?
So guys, the rocks in this cave are wobbly sometimes, so watch your foot. You gotta be light on your feet. They wobble, you gotta be ready to put your hands down if you... This isn't our first time caving together, guys. Jacob's the odd man out here.
Uncertain of what they would find, they were entering a whole different kind of adventure.
How do you feel about the meatball here?
I like it.
I know, I'm just videoing.
Sparkly.
You're like this most of the time you're in there, kind of on all fours. You always have to be ready with a hand. Because every now and then a rock shifts, and I mean like every 10 steps, a rock shifts underneath you or something slides, because it's just cave mold and cave slime. And
My brother Bill and his wife were joining us on this adventure and decided on this day we would go through a cave.
Yeah, when it was first formed is usually when that happens. So the map will indicate the depth, but the bottom of the cave is the sump, and then you go back up. That's why the bottom of the cave feels like low.
I like the little waterfalls. The water.
So you can see Bill and Christin are coming down the waterfall, and they're just being careful not to get in the water, because if you get in the water, then you get very cold very fast. You're at the bottom, or you can stand up, Christin.
Okay.
Yeah. Bill's coming down. This is
Can never be too careful.
This is probably the worst area of just weird breakdown and stuff. Isn't that cool? That's a pretty little waterfall, though. Huh?
This is the rocks Gracie takes out of the cave to paint.
You put your hair back, and then it slowly like creeps in and all over the place, and then it's sweaty, and it was like nothing. You use a hair tie. You just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Obviously. So it's smooth down here because it flowed real.
Yeah, push a little more, dry in the middle. You guys can go past here. It's cool. I'll light it up. When you're on the other side, it's a lot easier to see. It's a pretty cool tunnel. Isn't that neat?
this is insane how much deeper we keep going. You really get a sense for how much deeper you keep going and going within the cave that you don't get in the video that you guys make.
Yes.
What kind of animals are in here?
None.
There's no light.
But it makes it
nice.
nice.
Lava flowing down at one point. I mean, pretty obviously.
But it makes it a pretty decent walking trail.
Yeah, it makes it very positive attraction.
I was very satisfied with what I wore.
You seem too warm.
I was a little too warm. These were good, like waterproof, and like doesn't get caught on anything. It's not baggy. It doesn't.
These are brand new jeans. I don't know. Probably wasn't the best idea,
No.
but it's all I had.
Is this the end?
There's the stump. Wow.
No, you go through that.
And we're deep. We might go through it. We might not.
On the other side,
take a look.
this
It's pretty
might
cool.
reverse. What's then going to
There's not much water. We'll be fine.
Are you going to that water out?
Yeah, I was trying that.
Jacob, why don't you come down and film for us, buddy?
Okay.
Secret.
Well, it may or may not function correctly.
On a previous trip, Jacob and I had swam through the cave tube filled with water, but now the water was low enough where we could pass through without having to swim through the water, risking our lives and hypothermia.
Brought a t-shirt. I'm so wet. I think this is not very wicking.
I'm wearing jeans, t-shirt, and a sweatshirt. And I was pretty warm until you get in the back there. Past the sump, I noticed the temperature dropped quite a bit. And there's less oxygen back there, so our body temperature probably dropped.
See, it's not bad with that tarp, huh?
It's not bad. Good thing I'm pretty slender. Wow. La la la.
Welcome to the sump room. How do you feel?
Wow.
Here comes Bill Sondell. Just like your
Roll
curl
Photoshop in the water. You want to talk? How does that feel? That's got that one knuckle there that's pretty sharp, huh? It feels like probably a couple more yoga classes would be helpful. Yeah. It's a tight squeeze. My arm went barely fit.
There is that tight spot.
Yeah.
That's why we take our helmets off. We're like,
Yeah, at 5'10", 180, that's a tight squeeze.
You didn't say you were 180.
Jacob is a machine.
Yes.
What do you think?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a little cave spider in there, cave monkey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We made this, and now we're going through it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm tired.
People are like, why doesn't Jacob narrate more?
It makes it too complicated.
So much work.
I'll narrate.
This is the earliest I've ever seen this.
Well, it's been like 100 degrees lately.
Yeah, well, and dry.
Is this the best route?
It's the only route. That's some of hiking is like. It's not the best route. It's the only route.
So are those petrified at all? Or are they still?
It's just sand.
This is the first set of sandcastles that we got to see after getting through the cave, through the sump, and the gate. Bill, a science teacher, was looking at it with great curiosity to how it was formed and made.
I got some great soil samples from back inside the cave, so we're going to see what's in them, see what the silt, loam, and clay mixture is, or maybe there's just a lot of ash in it. Really interested to see what kind of the soil's back in there and if that's representative of the soil that's here above the ground. We'll separate it out.
Jacob, when a small rock falls on it, the drip, when it drips from the ceiling, can't penetrate the rock, but it can penetrate the sand around.
Water coming out of the crack, flowing straight through the side of the cave.
Yeah, that's so great.
We scaled the sides of the cave so that we wouldn't touch any of the sandcastles which have formed over the previous thousands of years. Care must be taken at any cost to keep fingers and feet and humans from contacting these beautiful sandcastle formations. These mud speleothems are almost completely unique in their specific style to this cave and caves in this area. Seeing them is always a privilege, as most of them are hidden well behind difficult obstacles in caves. These are no exception.
The river, I think, is pretty, and walking through it is fun sometimes. We're going to have an end point up here where the river gets large. It's another breakdown mountain.
It's interesting to see the beginning of the formation of the stalactites and then to see other speleothems formed on top of those after they had fallen from the ceiling. So there's just a lot geologically going on back there. It's just interesting stuff. It'd be fun to try to put together a time frame of when all different events happened in the cave, because it's not something that happened in the last 50 years. There's like thousands of years of formations in there.
Whereas, well, I think they were known about earlier, so.
Oh, you're right.
It's kind of like clay.
Yeah,
But it can never actually dry because of the...
Right.
The detail's pretty neat though when you get close here. Look at this little section right here.
Well, if there's loam in it,
Walks in, okay.
if there's loam in
Be
it,
careful.
it's decomposing animals.
After seeing the sandcastles and getting as far as we could on this day, we headed back through the cave towards the entrance exit.
You went silent, Christin. You doing okay?
I think I'm just ready for my banana when I get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this we're just slipping on mud.
just zipping right through there. Let me zip this out for them. I guess. Coming a little. No. I think I want to do it this way. There it is. Great.
Easier going this way, honestly.
Well, you've also, this is not your first rodeo now. It's your second rodeo.
Second rodeo.
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
Righty. Pretty nimble.
Yeah. Commit to the ground.
And back through the lava pinch we go.
I'm actually going to take this because this is pretty convenient for us. Works pretty well. We just laid this down so you can see you don't have to crawl on the wet rocks.
Yeah.
The term I use is light of foot. You got to be light of foot to zip through here.
Yeah.
If you're heavier on your feet, then you can't recover from that. Great job. Great recovery. Not public, no. I have some of their maps on my phone I can show you. So, yeah, it is. The shelf's way faster. It looks dangerous, but it's just faster.
This scary part of the cave requires you to navigate high above the floor below along the edge walkway. Out of the darkness into the light.
Awesome. Is that cool? How do you feel?
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Wow. It's exhausting. It's hard. It's like a hard workout. I don't know. We didn't bring our phones with us. I didn't want to drop my phone in there. Yeah, it was exhausting. Honestly, there's no way out of it. You need to be in great physical shape. You definitely need to eat your breakfast before you come. That's a challenging workout. And we were mostly standing up.
Heading home music. Oh, you wore the weird socks too.
Yeah.
I have no friends plastic.
Yeah.
So Bill and Christin, we just found a bunch of trash. I heard a bunch of hoodlums left, and we're just cleaning it up. This is one thing you like to do: is you leave the place cleaner than you found it. And in this case, they're doing this is not our trash. This is not our garbage, but they're cleaning it up anyways because that's just part of being a good citizen.